Alright, what we're going to do today is remove this hub, inspect the brakes, and relube the bearings, and just do a general inspection, make sure we're ready for the road here. To do this, you need a flat bar hammer, screwdriver, and a pair of channel locks, a grease gun, torque wrench, whatever you can get your hands on. You got to have a torque wrench to retorque your wheel lugs later. I already got the wheel off here, but anyway, and wouldn't hurt to have a little oil can. Put a dab of oil on your thing. You can keep grease and oil off your wheel drum, and then plenty of paper towels. So we'll start by just taking this cap off right here so we can get the bearing to release and lug the axle nut off. Tap around this. Take your time so you don't screw it up. This is a self-lubing hub, but I want to take it off, so I got to remove the cap to do that. Just work your way around it, tapping on it, and it'll start to work its way loose now. There it is, it's coming loose. Get a little bit of black dust out of there on the floor. And then when you get it out so far, this particular little pry bar I got's got a curve on the other end. Let you take it right off. Clean this old grease out of here and just recycle it. Put it on a piece of your tractor or something if you need it. Anyway, that's all we're doing with that. I'm putting on new caps for these things. This one will probably have to go on there today, but they sent me the wrong one. I know it's never happened to y'all. Anyway, you'll run into a couple different kind of wheel lug nut or wheel nut retainer. Some of them Carter keys. This one happens to have a D-ring retainer. It's got a little flat on the ring here that you have to remove. Take a plain old screwdriver, get in behind it, and it just pops loose right there. And it only goes on one way. It's got a little D-ring in the flat. It goes against the flat of the axle. Alright, that nut should be turning free. It shouldn't be, this wheel's turning free. This nut right here should be turning free, just like that. See, it's what you do to tighten these up, to adjust these, is tighten it up till it don't turn anymore, and then just back it off to that first nut. That should be turning free at that point. Any tighter or looser than that, you're going to have problems with the wheel not tracking right. You'll get wear on your tire. It'll tell you that later. Anyway, we'll just take this off. We're going to go ahead and look inside the wheel hub assembly here and check the bearings and the brakes and make sure they're looking all right. Had these off yesterday on the first wheel there. Got it recorded to a different camera and couldn't get it to download, so I'm going to try it with my other Sony here today and see if it works any better. And then I can share that with you guys. Okay, that's bearing number one right here. There's a washer and a bearing sitting there. We'll take these out. There's the washer and the bearing. Bearing come on out. And it's not burnt. It's all nice and shiny. Looks good. It's got oil on it. The inside race is all looking good. There's no burn there, scrapes. Keep that clean. Keep it out of the way. We'll just wrap it up in its own little piece of paper over there, and then we'll take this point. Your drum should come straight off. These brakes adjust just like any other drum brakes. Everything in here looks good. There's no scratches or excessive wear on the drum. Doesn't even look like it's got 10,000 miles on it actually, but everything else looks pretty good here. So I'm going to clean out the inside race here a little bit. I'm not replacing the rear wheel seal. Don't need it. Just looking at inspection, you'll put it right back on there. Wipe this off in here. Keep the grease off your axle, your brake components in there. Look at your axle, make sure it looks good. Everything in there looks sharp. No problems. No burns, abrasions. It looks pretty good. Brakes look good. You got about a little over 3/16 of an inch brake pads left on there. They look pretty uniform all the way around, not much wear at all. So these adjust the same way as any standard brake does on the bottom there. I think you got a little suspension opening down there that you can adjust those drums out here on the back. So anyway, we're gonna put this back together, and then when you lube this, the grease gun connects to the front zerk. There's a hole right here that forces that grease back through the bearings and out the front. I'll show you that in just a second. And that just gets your bearings repacked for you. Take your drum, put it back on there, replace your bearings. You can get them all dropped in the sand and everything, you can put them right back on there. If you did drop them in the sand, well, guess what? You get to wash them all out. I didn't drop mine, so put mine right back on there. Again, the flat of that D goes right there on that ring. Then you put your wheel nut back on there. Takes a second to get that on straight. All clean. As clean as we're gonna get it today anyway. We'll take this back up again like we did said a while ago, tighten it up till it won't turn. All right, right there. Back it off. Right there. All right. And then put our retainer back on there, and then we're ready to grease it. What we're going to do here, this little pump station going here, and grease gun, wipe that tip off, pop that in there and start pumping here. You're going to pump grease in this puppy till you see it coming off the edge here. This is repacking all those bearings inside. You spin around a little bit. There comes the old grease. See it? Pump that until you see some new grease come out. There we go. New red grease showing now. Put that down and get rid of this excess grease here. This is all old grease. Again, you can recycle this too. Get this grease off there. And that's it. All done. Put your cap back on there. Steel wheels, torque with the torque wrench, the nuts, lug nuts here, back to 100 and 120 pounds. Aluminum wheels, 120 to 130 pounds. There is a difference. You look online, it's on the Kargoroo Outback. Well, actually, you have to go to your owner's manual in your Kargoroo, whatever vehicle you're driving. Go to your owner's manual, it should be in there. Everyone's different. Should be 100, 120 pounds on the lug nuts. Anyway, that's it.